Hello guys, what is good? Good morning once again and welcome to the show. But before we start anything like we always do, we need to share the link so people can join us as well. So let's quickly do that ASAP. Let's do that ASAP so people can join us on this great show. And how you guys doing? You can see we have about 1 billion crypto crash, and that is insane. But we're going to be discussing about that this morning on this great show, as you all know. But let's first of all share the links out there so people can join us live and enjoy or see the value we're giving on this great platform. Yeah, that is done. That is done. Let's see if we can put it on Instagram for people to join. Let's get some people talking about it. As you all know, we've been seeing nosedives of different crypto token working or happening since yesterday, and that's been crazy. But all right, without wasting our time, let's dive right into the show and see what we have for ourselves this morning. As you all know, my name still remains the same. Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem, aka KC the Great. Let me just share this link quickly. Sorry, I don't like the way it shows on Twitter. But let me just post it. Maybe I'll repost that, but I don't always like the way it shows on Twitter. I was thinking it's gonna bring out live or something like that, but nevertheless, don't let us waste time on this. Everyone should know 8 a.m. GMT we are live, and 10 a.m. SAST time we are live. So it's no longer news. You should know by this time you should be on this channel, because this is where you're going to get the real truth, the real chart analysis, and everything that is going on in the crypto space. All right, welcome to the show. This is Crypto 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And this is the Bitcoin and breakfast show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. I'm coming to you live and direct from the studio, and the show kicks off 10 a.m. SAST time or 8 a.m. GMT depending on your location. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you always get all this juicy content that we have for you on this great platform every day. And as you all know, on the show, we take a look at the news that are making waves. We take a look at the cryptocurrency market cap. We check what is going on with the event of the day, and also we dissect the chart to see what is going on with some of the assets we are holding on to, what is going on with some of the cryptocurrency project we are willing to put our money on. And mind you, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research before you put your money on any or invest in any project. All right, I haven't said that. My name still remains the same. Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem, aka KC the Great, and thanks for joining me on the show this morning. Before we dive into the news, let's take a look at the chart. As we can see, BTC has been falling, and I told you until we break below 110,000, that is when we should be looking to step away from BTC for a while and now look for opportunity in the nearest future. Like I told you, BTC has created a nice structure which shows the market might fall a little bit, but we are going to come back to that, and we're still going to take a look at ETH. We're going to take a look at Solana. We're going to take a look at XRP, Dogecoin, and the likes later on the show. But based on how the show is being structured, we'll first of all take a look at the news that are making waves on the radar before we get back to all this part. So don't go anywhere, stick around as we are about to enjoy today's show. As you all know, today is 26th of September, 2025, and it's a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It's Friday morning from here. I don't know what time zone you are, wherever you are, but the show is about to kick off. All right, let's dive into the show. And first of all, what we need to see is Bitcoin could see a deeper correction, and this is crazy. Bitcoin could see a deeper correction as 3.4 million BTC profit taking and slowing ETF inflow signal exhaustion. If you've been watching the program, I said that the possibility of bear market is approaching. We might not be in bear market yet, but the possibility, when I mean the possibility, means that we might be nearing the bear market cycle again. That means the bullish cycle or the bull cycle that we are in right now might be coming to an end, and it's better we start taking profit all the way before we saw the market plummet and we're going to lose some money. Mind you, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research as well. And you can see that the long-term holders realize that 3.4 million BTC in profit and matching the prior cycle tops. And that is the reason why a lot of people are thinking maybe the whatever it's in. And you can read with me right here that Bitcoin correction, BTC fell under 109,000 US dollar as long-term holders realized 3.4 BTC in profit, and this looks like the old time we've seen. More news on the radar, and this one is 1 billion liquidation storm hits as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP collapse. Yes, we could see the way the market has been bleeding, and that is not really good. Now you can see harrowing trading days were Monday, September 22nd, and Thursday to September 25. At first, BTC dumped to 115 to 112, and it managed to recover some ground midweek, but the bears initiated another leg down yesterday, which drove Bitcoin further south to its lowest position since the start of the month at $108,600. That's what we saw the market went down to. Although it has recovered around a grand since then, BTC is still below 110,000, which is a crucial support level. And I've told you guys that until we break that 110 level thereabout, that is when we can say we should stay out of it. Join live now. Let me let people know that. Join live now. All right, so now back to it, and you can see it's now really becoming big. 1 billion liquidation, guys. Storm hits BTC, ETH, and XRP. And now one of the anti-crypto that we know, Peter Schiff, now brutal, says brutal bear market looms for Bitcoin treasuries as MicroStrategy drops 45%. This is serious, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Forget about Michael Saylor is pro crypto, anti crypto, whatever it is, but this is really, really serious. If MicroStrategy is dropping 45%, we all know they've been waging or weighing their stock, their notes, debit note, and all of that to buy more BTC. And if their stuff is now going down, that might affect their holdings in crypto. And we all know we do not want anything bad to happen to Michael Saylor's holding in cryptocurrency, because that is going to be brutal. And I'm not going to lie, if this news should later become what will affect the cryptocurrency market, I'm telling you, this will be what will push Bitcoin back down and will start bear market immediately. So I hope we see some gains back for MicroStrategy. You understand? I hope we'll see some gains back for MicroStrategy. So we need to be sure about that. All right, let's continue and see what we got on the news. And if you look at the news as well, you can see we now have Kramer warns you could lose everything with American Bitcoin. Kramer warns that you could lose everything with American Bitcoin, and that is really, really crazy as well. And I'm going to tell you why that is somehow, because Jim Cramer has always been outspoken when it comes to all this whatever, and now he argues that American Bitcoin is pure speculation and a lot of people might lose money. You can see it's a spec, it's your one spec, but that could lose everything, just so long as you know that. That's fine. Kramer told his audience during the latest episode of Mad Money. We know he's always having that show on CNBC, but we all know he said a lot of things that didn't really tally up or work out. But what I'm trying to say is we need to be sure and make sure we watch out for what we are doing. More news on the radar, and this is Ethereum co-founder shifts 6 million of ETH, but whales bought 1.6 billion. This is really a 50-50 news, because you can see it right here. You can look at it right here. You can see Jeffrey Wiku, and is one of the co-founder of ETH, has now deposited 1,500 into Kraken, and that is worth $6 million US, and we know that could be exchanged on Kraken. And you can see Ethereum co-founder Jeffrey Wiku could be looking to sell some of his Ether holdings after sending around 1,500 ETH to crypto exchange Kraken on Thursday. So we're going to be watching that and see if he's going to do that. And you can see either ways are scooping up ETH by bucket load. We saw someone buying even though the founder is selling. Despite the ongoing market downturn, which has seen the price of ETH tumbles 13% in the past 7 days, whales are seemingly using the opportunity to scoop up ETH at a lower price point. But I don't think the price is done already. I feel like we're still going to see more of it dumping. So we need to be careful and make sure we watch out clearly. Like I said, we might be approaching the bear market, and we should start taking profits all the way. And you can see at least 15 wallets have bought more than 406,000 ETH, worth 1.6 billion in the past 2 days. So it's mixed feelings right now. People are selling, people are buying, but you must know the one that overweigh each other is what is going to win. So if buyers overweight what is going on, definitely buyers will win. If sellers should overweigh what is going on, sellers will definitely win. All right, let's check more news on the radar, and this is Ethereum balance. Let me close this. The noise is becoming too much. Okay, sorry about that. It's the Gardeners right there trying to do their job. All right, back to the news. And when you look at the news, you see that even with the sales that has been happening, we can now see that it has affected ETH, and you can see Ethereum dives sharply below 4,000 US dollar. 4,000 US dollar breaks back concern extended ground. You can see the price is trading below 4,050, and the 100-hour simple average, the pair could continue move down if it settles below 3,880. And we all know we have options to come in on. All right, more news. We can now see that about near 30 million Ethereum wipeout on Hyperliquid stand out as crypto market sees 1 billion in liquidation. And you can read with me, a 29.1 million ETH USDT long hit was indicative of growing role of decentralized perpetual exchange in liquidation. And this is what we need to know also about the liquidation, that nearly 90% of the liquidation were long positions, highlighting market bullishness and affecting over 260,000 traders. This is not a joke. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not a joke. If we can see nearly 90% of liquidation were long positions, it shows that the bear market, or the people that are shorting the market, are winning, and this has affected over 260,000 traders. This is not a joke. And you can see over here again that Hyperliquid, a decentralized exchange, saw a significant liquidations, indicating increased risk taking in decentralized market. All right, let's take a look at one more news on the radar, and this one is, will market dump even more today with huge 22 billion crypto expiring options? So we're expecting about 22 billion crypto option expiring today, and that is going to be another significant move. We must watch out in BTC. You can see that this week batch of Bitcoin option contract has put or call of 0.7, meaning that there are more long contracts expiring than short as the asset continue to retreat. Max pain is around 110,000 US dollar according to CoinGlass. I told you we're still going to check the chart out to see what is really going out, so we can really know what to do regarding all this news. All right, let's take a look at another news, and this one is XRP slides 6% as Bitcoin drops slashes bullish sentiment. The token has lost 19 billion in value over 7 days as resistance at $2.80 hardens. I told you guys XRP has been trying their best, but nothing has been working out regarding the token. And you can see the market value of XRP has decreased by over 18 billion in the past week, breaking the $3 threshold. Traders are closely watching if XRP support at $2.75 we hold, or if it will fall towards $2.7. So we need to watch out, and we're going to talk about that on the chart as well. All right, still speaking or bringing news regarding altcoins, let's check what is going on with Solana. You can see Solana nosedive as well, and trader fear more pains could come ahead. But let's take a look at some stuff on Solana. You can see the price could extend losses if it's still below $204 or $212,000. And you can also see that Solana price failed to stay above 232 and started a fresh decline like BTC and Ethereum, so traded below 220 and 212 support level to enter a bearish zone, and that is really scary as well. So you can see that all the news we're getting this morning, it's not pointing towards we are going to move towards bearish direction. But like I said, we are not in the bear market yet, but we are getting close to it, and you need to start acting up by taking profit as the market move on. More news on the radar, and this one is Dogecoin down 8%, 18%, excuse me, but whales withdraw 122 million Doge from Binance. So we've seen a lot of withdrawals happening between yesterday and the day before yesterday. That is crazy. It shows that some people are taking profit because they are thinking the possibility of bear market is near. So you don't need to delay. You must take profit as it's going on. And mind you, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment, but make sure you do your own research. But we can read that Dogecoin Way has made a massive move during the past waves by trying to scoop more. All right, let's take a look at another news, and this is Chainlink. This is actually good news, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this one actually looked like a good news because we can now see that Chainlink triangle setup point to $100, and if you look at it right here, you see that if there is any possibility of breaking out of this symmetric triangle, we could move up to that place they are, the analysts are talking about. And we must know that the ascending and descending triangle have one trend line parallel to the time axis. Upper line in the former and the lower one is in the later. So symmetric triangle lie between the two and having bought the line at a rough equal and opposite slope. So that is what the news we have from Chainlink, and that is great news. All right, now let's go back to some countries, and this is coming from China. You can see China inaugurate digital yuan operation center to push CBDC integration. That is great news coming out of China. The initiative is intended to enhance settlement efficiency and serve as building blocks towards broader framework. That is great, and that is coming out of China. All right, more news on the radar, and this one is coming from BlackRock. BlackRock's 12.5 trillion Bitcoin ETF filing shakes the market. Is approval imminent? BlackRock is pivoting from pure exposure to engineered yield in Bitcoin, using its outsized footprint to monetize volatility as much as sell itself. And this is going to create a kind of more exposure to people. And you can see the proposed Bitcoin Premium Income ETF is designed to cover core strategy, offering yield on Bitcoin holdings. And you can see that BlackRock has registered the name iShare Bitcoin Premium ETF and describe it as a 33-act spot product, positioned as what? As a sequel to 87 billion iShare Bitcoin to it. So that is it, and we're gonna see if it's gonna be approved. You can see the premium right there. We have this before. Now they're trying to get it so they can have a premium for bigger investors. So that looks like a good news with what we are saying regarding the news this morning. All right, that's what I have for you on the news segment of the show. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please and please, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. And please comment, like, and share this live with a lot of people so they can get to know what is going on in the crypto space. All right, right now let's now check what the cryptocurrency market cap looks like. First of all, we're going to check the event of the day before we do that. And if you look at what is going on today regarding the event of the day, we are only expecting core PCE price index data to come out around 2:30 p.m. SAST time or 12:30 p.m. GMT regarding or depending on where you're watching from. And at 4 p.m. SAST time or 2 p.m. GMT, we'll be waiting for a revised UOM consumer sentiment data to come out today. So that's just what we have for today, being Friday, 26th of September 2020. 25. Now let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market cap and see what is going on. You can see the market cap has been dropping from over 4 trillion US dollar that we were sitting on. You can see we are now sitting on 3.8 trillion thereabouts market cap, and you can see the trending tokens still remain Plasma, Esther is still trending, and the top gainers are here on the left or the right side. And you can see the trading volume in the last 24 hours is about 240 billion US dollar. That is huge. Market cap for BTC still remain at 2.1 trillion US dollars, while Ethereum is still below $500 billion USD. But let's take a look at the rank right now and see what is going on with the market cap ranking. You can see BTC is still at number 1, number 2 is Ethereum, number 3 is Theta, number 4 is XRP, number 5 is BNB, number 6 is Solana, number 7 is USDC, number 8 is Dogecoin, number 9 Lido Stake, and number 9 is Tron. So I think the rankings still remain the same. None of them have overthrown each other yet. The likes of Cardona, Chainlink, and Co are below top 10. If you're interested in knowing where your top cryptocurrency or the project you're holding on to sit on the cryptocurrency market, you might want to check out CoinGecko.com to know more about that. All right, that's that on the market cap. Let's now dive into the chart analysis to discuss more about what is really going on in the market. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on X, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. The handles are the same, CryptoBit101, and that is the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. All right, guys, let's dive into the chart analysis and see what is going on with this chart that we're seeing on screen right now. And if you look at the chart analysis, you agree with me that BTC is still giving us it has given us a structure before that wants to sell. Then we have a pullback for 3 weeks, but now it's breaking, and it has broken below 110, where I told you guys we can get out of the market. So right now, what I'll say is better we get out of Bitcoin right now and see how this week will finish, since it's finished already. By next week, if we'll see any movement that is going to break above on a daily time frame, we can get back into the market. But for now, I think it's safe for us to just stay away from all these assets for now, except you want to wait and see if it's going to break 105,000, which is the main floor that could propel us into the bear market. But BTC right now, it's looking like a proper sell, and I think we need to get out. Let me change it to red. Yeah, let me change that to red. So we need to be careful with it. Let's now check what ETH is doing. ETH also has even broken below 4,000, and we said it, the moment it's below 4,000, we need to get out of the market. So let's change that to red as well. You can get out of ETH as well. We're going to look for entry. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink is red ever since I told you stay away from Chainlink. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Is red as well, is a sell. Solana is still holding on to until Solana takes out 185. That's when I can say we should get out of Solana. Let's take a look at Airbnb. Airbnb until it breaks $900. That's when we can close. Let's take a look at LT. Yeah, Litecoin too has broken below it. Let's change it to red. Let's take a look at Sui. Sui also has broken, but it's not really confirmed yet. Next week is going to determine that, excuse me. And now we can see Avalanche has been engulfed. You understand? So let's change this to red, please. You can stay away from Avalanche. Mind you, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. All right, let's take a look at ADA, and you can see ADA is about to break it kind of, but we're still going to give it a benefit of doubt to see if the body is going to break below it properly. Then we can change this to red. Let's take a look at XRP. XRP is actually maintaining this zone and don't want to break, so we're still going to leave it at green because it might bounce back from there. Let's take a look at Toncoin. Toncoin is a sell right from time. You can see it's still in red. Now that's that on. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo 2 is still holding on to the floor. It has not broken out, so we're still going to leave it at green like that. Now let's take a look at some meme coin. Dogecoin is still holding on. Dogecoin is still holding on until we break 0.20, 0.18. That's when I can say Dogecoin is done. Pump Fund also still holding on until we break 0.00545. That's when I can say we should leave the market. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, it's now kind of breaking out. Let's see. Yes, Shiba Inu is breaking out with the body now. But let's just see how the week will finish before we say we can close it. Same thing with Pepe breaking out. Most of them are breaking the structure now, which shows we should close the trade. You understand? Which shows we should close the trade. You can see Trump point. So basically, most of all these coins are dumping, even though they've not really confirmed the sell-off, but you know it might happen anytime. So we might want to stay out a bit, or we hold on until next week to see when we should properly get out of the position that we're in. And mind you, this is for investors and spot traders. If you're interested in learning how to day trade or get signal and all of that, you might want to join my Telegram channel. The links is down in the description, and you can get all those things for free of charge. All right, that's what I have for you today, this morning on the show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Remember, do not listen to any influencer. Do not FOMO in with any news. Make sure you check a look at the chart. Look at what the sentiment look at. Look at what the fundamental news is talking about before you make your own decision. And always trade with the money you can afford to lose, as crypto is very risky and trading is more riskier. You understand? All right, let's take a look at what the sentiment looks like this morning before we round up the show. And if you look at the sentiment, this is serious. Is now down to fear. You can see back to 28 from neutral to fear. So now it's fear. Yesterday was fear. Last week was neutral. Last month has now moved into neutral. And you can see what I'm talking about. We might be pushing back to the bear market, or maybe you just want to test some flaws, and we're going to test the all-time high back before the market start falling. But the one thing is, make sure you do your own research. This is not financial advice. All right, the fear and greed index is crazy, from 43 to 28. That is massive, guys. That is massive, guys. All right, thanks for joining me live this morning, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you comment, like, and share, and do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, so we can get more algorithm to take our video to reach out there. And don't forget, come 1st of October, I will be launching my live trading, starting an account with $100, and see how it's gonna go onto $1 million US live on pump.fund. Don't forget, you should make sure you get ready your wallet to support the project, as we're building a community, and it's going to be a great one. All right, thanks for joining me on this great show this morning. This is Crypto 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And you've been watching the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name still remains the same, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and I'll see you on Monday live again. It's bye.